In this series, we're going to go over 2.1, multiplying integers, supporting our 7.NS2 and 2A standards that we're going to learn. The essential question then is, how do you multiply integers? So we're going to be working on in this lesson, students will continue to build their understanding of multiplication and apply the principles of multiplication of integers. Some key understandings that you're going to take away from this: when both factors have the same sign, the product is positive. When the factors have different signs, the products are negative. And repeated addition can be used to show multiplication of integers when one sign is negative and one positive. And then using also, we're going to model using the number lines and the integer chips. In the first Explore activity, we're going to look at using the number line. And some of the things that we have to do first is that we need to highlight what the important information is. Henry has made 3 withdrawals of $2 each from the savings account. What was the change in his balance? So we want to come back here, and 3 withdrawals is important, and then $2 each, and then what was the change? So one of the definitions we have to worry about is that withdrawals is a negative. That's money that's going out, okay? So we go ahead and rewrite this, and we have 3 times, so there's the 3 withdrawals, and we're taking out $2 each time. So if we go ahead and graph here, -2, we would start at 0 and move 2 units to the left, which means that we're going to do that 3 times. And we're going to write that up as -2 plus -2 plus -2. So when we take a look here, we're cleaning this out, and we move down, and we're going to look. So to graph 3 times -2, we start at 0 and move 2 units to the left. How many times? We're going to move 3 times, and that's what it shows right here. So the result is -6. So here's the one group of 2, the next item of 2, and the next item of 2, so there's the 3. So the change in Henry's balance was -6. Taking a look here at the next one, at B, why don't you go ahead and try that, and we'll come back and pause that for a moment. So how'd you do? Okay, the answer should be in the back of the book, so go take a look there, and then go ahead and do the reflect question. So moving on here, we're going to use the number chips, okay? And if you remember, the yellow is +1 and the red is -1. So we're using find the product of -3 and -4. So -3 times -4, and I think this is a little confusing here, so I'm going to show you a little bit different way, and I think it will help you out tremendously. I want to start off, though, I want to use 3 times 4, okay? So this would mean we have 3 groups of 4 items. So if I go ahead and remember, we're going to use the colors. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4. That's one group. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 2 groups. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 3 groups. So 1 group, 2 groups, 3 groups. And of course, if you count them up, you're going to have 12 items. All right. So then the next one is going to be 3 groups times a -4. All right. So we're going to use a red chip because that represents our negative. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's one group. 2, 3, 4. That's my second group. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's my third group. So just highlight those. 1, 2, 3. And since we have 12 items and they're all negative, so that's going to be a -12. Okay, the next one that we're going to work on is going to be -3 times a +4. Okay, so how is this going to work? How do you have 3 negative groups? Well, really you can't. So we're going to use the commutative property to help us out there, commutative property of multiplication. So this is how that's going to set up. Go in there. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to go ahead and do 3 groups. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're doing 3 groups of 4 items. Okay. But pay attention to this right here, this negative in front of That means the opposite. We're going to do the opposite. So here's my 3 groups. Okay, but now I have to do the opposite. Oops. So I want to come up here and I'm going to show you, I want to turn these now into, changing these into the negatives. So now I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's one group. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's my second group. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. There's my third group. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have a negative 12. So this negative sign here causes us to do the opposite of what we did here. It's the same number still. So negative 3 times, this time we're going to use negative 4. Okay. So again, we're going to start here with the items and we're going to use 4 negatives. So that's going to be 1 equals 2, 3, 4. That's one group. Here comes my second group. And there's my third group. Just what we talked about right here. Okay. So 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Still learning my pen. And we go back to this guy right here and he tells us to do the opposite. So we're going to do the opposite of negative, which is positive. So we're going to put in positive chips. We're going to change these to positive chips. So 1, 2, 3, 4. There's one group. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I now have my 3 groups of 4, and of course that's going to equal a positive 12. So that's how a positive times a negative times a negative is going to equal a positive. So let me summarize those rules there. So in summary for these rules, based on what I just showed you, a positive integer times a positive integer is going to give us a positive answer. A negative integer times a negative integer is also going to give us a positive answer. But a positive integer times a negative integer will give us a negative product, and a negative integer times a positive integer will give us a negative product also. So looking here, this is what I just showed you on the other part of the video, is we have a negative 3 times a negative 4. So we have the negative 4 items, okay, right here, the negative 4 items, okay, and we have 3 groups of those, and then this negative right here means to take the opposite. So that's what they did right there. They just took the opposite of that. Okay, looking down a little bit further here, they just finish it out. You have some reflect, and they also want you to make a conjecture about what you can think about with the signs there. So go ahead and do that. This piece right here, this multiplying integers, this one I'm going to save for in class to go over. I think it's pretty complicated, and I think we need to do that together to help you guys out. And then down here, again, just really pay attention to the signs. So 13 times a negative 3, you're always going to do the multiplication like you've always done. So 13 times 3 is 39. You have a positive here, you have a negative. Remember the rules, a positive times a negative, and you're going to get a negative. So this is going to give us negative 39. And they just have another example there in B about the same thing. Okay, C is that. And then you have your turn and you have your guided practice. Hope this helps and have a good day.